Hey, good afternoon. Today on Vincent's Kitchen, we will be cooking fried chicken and chicken wings, and we'll also be baking some pork. So, everything is already pre-seasoned, so now I'm just going to show you. This is for my fried chicken. So, we always set 2 pots. Now, of course, we're going to use vegetable oil or canola oil, whichever oil works. So, the oil is in the pot. Oil is in the pot. So we like a little bit of flavor, so now we're gonna drop 1 pepper in this pot and 1 hot pepper in that pot, and that's how we're gonna do to fry the chicken. So this is what my pre-mixed flour. I don't use egg or anything like that. I use egg powder. So the egg powder is already mixed in the flour, and that's my chicken. That's my pork, and I'm gonna put the pork to 400 Fahrenheit. Yeah, Fahrenheit. And yeah, let's get started. So that's what the pork look like. It's gonna be in the baking can, and I'm gonna cover it up now and start the cooking process. So that's what it looks like. Beautiful. Now we're just gonna cover it up and start a cooking process at 400 Fahrenheit. So I wrap this foil paper, wrap it up real good, real nice. Oil is ready for the chicken. Now we're just gonna drop it in the oven and let it simmer for about 1 hour to 2 hours, and we'll come back and check it. As you can see, it's in the oven. Now we're gonna start preparing to fry our chicken. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start chicken flour. Just dust off the chicken into the frying pan. Chicken, flour, make sure it's flour nice, into the frying pan. Chicken again. In there. In there. Then we try to go with some of the chicken wings, chicken and everything all in one. Alright. This is creative cooking every Sunday with Vincent. Now I cook a lot faster than most chefs because I like to go, the faster I believe the faster you cook, the better your food tastes. So as I finish dropping these, then I'll get back to you guys. So that's how it looks when we're frying. That's my pepper, as you can see. That's my next fry. A lot of people say, why don't you use deep fry? Well, you see, pan fried chicken is better than deep fried chicken. Because to be honest, this tastes good. Fried chicken is almost ready. So now we're gonna be making the barbecue sauce. So for the barbecue chicken, we fry the chicken and then, we make the barbecue sauce. For me, I put a little bit of onion, some honey, some ketchup, and the actual barbecue sauce. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of cayenne pepper, and also a little seasoning. Already prepped it, so all I do now is voila. Voila. Then I go a little bit of honey. Get the honey in there. Honey. Now we're gonna go with lots of ketchup. Okay, so ketchup, lots of ketchup. And then we're gonna go with the darkest barbecue sauce you can find. Alright, and we're gonna put a little bit of water, and then that's how my sauces look. And I go straight from the frying pot straight into the sauce and straight into the oven after. That's how we make barbecue chicken. Stay tuned. There you go. So straight in here, we're just gonna give it a little bit of shake, and then we're gonna pan it and then put it in the oven. Voila, it looks like that. Now we're gonna just pan it and then put it in the oven. So voila, it's plated. Right now this would be your leg and your leg quarters, and that will be the chicken wings. Now we wrap this up in foil paper, put it in the oven for about 10-15 minutes, and then take off the foil paper and put it on boil for about 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, just to get that brown texture and color, you know what I mean? So now they're in the oven, so about 3 to 5 minutes we'll come back and check it again. So after the oven, I figured since we have this rest of the sauce left over from the pot, why not just turn it into a sauce, just to throw over the rice when you're eating it with the meat. So I just cut up a little bit of onion, a little bit of tomato, some bell pepper, and just drop a little bit of thyme in the pot. So now we're just gonna put it together with the sauce and then put it aside. So that's what it looks like. That's what the sauce looks like. So now we're gonna add it together as soon as these just get a little bit of color, you know what I mean? And then yeah, that's it. Now the sauce is added and voila. So now all I have to do is just let it simmer down just a little bit, another 2 to 3 minutes, good to go. It's been 5 minutes now. So this right here is ready to come out the oven. So they're out the oven. Just check them, make sure they're good. Also, that's our sauce. Just gonna shut it off. Nice and seasoning. And then later on I'll show you guys how to make rice the right and proper way. So got my chicken right there. They're fully cooked all the way to the bone. See the steam just pop out and just rise. Fully cooked, ready to go. Now we're just gonna put it back in the oven for another minute, 2 minutes, just to dry the top a little bit. So into the oven again, there you go. This time without the foil paper on top. And listen. Now I'm going to show you how I do my rice. So everybody knows, you put 2 to 3 cups of rice, you got to wash your rice first. So now my rice is washed, so now I'm going to put the water in. And I'm going to use to steam my rice. Just remember, rice do not boil, it's steamed. So you're going to use lukewarm water, you don't use hot water. Right? And you see this right here? That's all the water you need. You don't need no more than that. So you just dip your thumb in there. And there you go. Perfect. Ready to go on the stove. So as you can see, if you check, it's right there. Top of the rice. So now the stove is on. So to season my rice, obviously, you know I'm going to do that. I'm going to tip a little bit of salt. And a little bit of unsalted butter. Right? And that's all you need for the rice. And then we're going to let it come to a boil, and then I'll show you the next step. While we let this come to a boil, now we can take out our chicken out of the oven. It's fully cooked. Fully completed. Right now. That's how they look. Golden brown chicken. Real nice with the sauce and everything on it. And now we're just gonna let this cool. Finish the pork. Finish the rice. And I show you my plating. So now the rice is boiling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stir my rice. I always do. I'm gonna stir it, and I'm gonna keep stirring it, and I'm gonna show you the full process. If your grandma or whoever said, oh, when you're cooking rice, don't stir it, tell them Vincent said you should stir it. Right? And I'm gonna show you the easy way. So as you can see, I keep stirring it. I open the pot, keep the pot open until like there's no water in the pot. Right? As soon as there's no water in the pot now, so what we do is we just cover it and just let it steam. Because we don't cook rice, we steam rice. So we put the fire on medium high, right? And let it steam. Now you don't open this pot for no reason. You just let it steam, and then you gotta remember to come back and put it on extreme low, and then I'll show you my plating after. So after 45 minutes, I've decided to take the pork and check the pork. So take it out of the oven and check it. As you can see, it's been opened for the very first time there. 45 minutes. Usually you're not supposed to push a fork through it. So if the fork can go through it, that means it's cooked. And guess what? It went through. So it's cooked. So what we're gonna do now, we know it's cooked, but is it cooked to my perfection? No. So I'm gonna put it back in the oven, rewrap it, spin it over. Right? Nice and juicy pork. You see it? Right? And we're gonna get a knife and bust it straight down the middle. And then we're going to put it back in for another 30 minutes. As you can see, the outer layer is cooked, inner layer is raw. So we're going to put it back in for another 30-35 minutes. That should complete the hour and a half. You get a full cooked pork. So now we're going to check our rice. So don't want to burn, so we go like this. Release all that steam. As you notice, the rice has risen. Once the rice rises, you know the rice is cooked. So all you do now is just take a fork, stir the rice, see it? So now all we do now is just put it back for another 2 minutes, and then you fully cook rice. So a full 30 minutes has passed, and voila, the pork is completely finished.